May elections must go ahead. You're so right about that. May elections must continue, and we are really campaigning for free and fair elections. I've got Sean David Tonkin on Instagram that says, where and what time will you be in Croydon, Brian? Sean, I'm here right now. All right, I'm going through Croydon as we speak, but guess what? I'll be back to Croydon as well, and we're going to find a way to meet up with you and talk to you. In the meantime, go to our website, leave me a question, and we can really have a conversation offline. We got Conscious Cabbage, great name on YouTube, that says, debate Khan on Joe Rogan for 5 hours, please. I've never heard of a better idea. In fact, Joe Rogan offered to use his show for a debate for the last presidential elections. And he thought, why not have 3 hours where these two gentlemen could speak and present their ideas in a live streaming format and let the people decide. Nothing weird, nothing fancy, nothing strange, just make it happen. So I think that's a great idea. I've been on Joe Rogan's show before. I was with Joe back in 2012. I think it was episode 271 on the Joe Rogan Experience. You can go see me. So Joe, if you're up for it, we've got to find a way, but let's get us on your show. Let's stream out this debate, and then let's let the people decide. So that's a great idea. I appreciate that. We can do it by Zoom call, or we can get us all in a plane and get out there. As long as we do it COVID safe, I'm all for it. And that's a great comment. Thank you, Conscious Cabot. We got Zebra Haas on Instagram says, use your brain, vote for Brian. All right, and if you read it, it makes more sense because Brain and Brian are the same letters, and a lot of people actually misspell my name, so that's a great one. I like it. We got Julie in Croydon right here. I'm going right through your neighborhood, Julie. Ask, quote, who authorized Khan's extension as mayor? And Julie makes a great point here. If you think about it, the last year, the mayor has been unelected. Has been unelected. Did you vote for the mayor to be in power in the year of 2020 from May until May 2021? You didn't. This is undemocratic what's happening right now. They postpone elections, and they're thinking about postponing them once again. We demand free and fair elections on May 6th. If we have to do it by postal vote, that's fine with us, but we have to have free and fair elections, and we must be allowed to campaign. Otherwise, this becomes political in itself, and you're removing your democratic right to choose. So thank you, Julie, for bringing that up. We've got Christina Lazelle on YouTube that says, quote, Khan has overstayed his welcome. If it wasn't for COVID, I doubt he would still be mayor. What London needs is a businessman. So you will definitely get my vote, Brian. Thank you so much for that, Christina. I appreciate that. Look, let's be honest. London exists as a city because it was always a center of commerce. The Romans didn't come here because they thought it was a picturesque place to be. They went here because right on the River of Thames, there was a center of commerce where people aggregated to do business, to exchange ideas. We need a mayor that thinks about London as a business community and finds many creative ways and innovative solutions to get people back to work and strengthen our economy. I know how to do deals. I know how to run a board meeting. I know how to get in there and contact people at the high level and make things happen. Our current mayor has never run a business in his life. He's had a career in politics. He's using this office as a stepping stone to future offices in politics. And the entire time you and I pay as citizens of London, it's unacceptable. And I appreciate your vote, Julie. I've got 30 years of experience in the industry, and I'm going to bring all of that to the table. To be honest with you, my business is going really well right now. My broadcasting has never been more popular. I am putting everything on hold to be your next mayor of London. I'm putting my personal life on hold, my business on hold, my broadcasting on hold to become your next mayor of London, because I can't sit by and watch these current politicians run the city I love into the ground. I've been a Londoner for 21 years. I love this city. I've been a citizen for 14 years. My children were born here, and I plan on being dying in this city. And it's given me so much, and I feel like I need to contribute. So thank you, Julie. A couple more comments here. We got Carolina on Instagram saying, quote, please help us. We have enough with this situation. Bring back work and money. I don't have any food at home. And Carolina, I appreciate that. You know, we were at the Barking Food Bank with my good friend Obi. I think it was on Saturday when we were embarking in Dagenham. And he showed me everything he was doing there. We brought him, again, a lot of food and long life milk and long life juices and tinned meat and tinned vegetables. And Obi said to me, he said, Brian, he said, you have no idea who needs food now. It's not those that used to be impoverished. It's everybody who's struggling right now. And so I totally understand where you're coming from. We've got to get the necessary resources to our people. We've got to get them food. We've got to get this economy back on track. That's the only solution to our problems. And I promise to make that happen. We've got Doug Taylor who says, quote, if possible, would you and Mayor Khan go on a live panel on Question Time? Like I said, I'm ready anywhere, anytime to go and debate the mayor. You tell me when, you tell me where, and I'll be there. I've also got Michael Venom Page here on Instagram, our good friend Michael. Michael is an incredible fighter who fights for Bellator. And I really appreciate Michael. He's been on London Real twice. I've actually been out in his gym at London Shoot Fighters, and he taught me some of his hands down style. And I remember that day. It was fantastic, Michael. I actually incorporated a lot of those moves into my own shadowboxing routines. And Michael says simply, I think it's a big celebrating emoji that he gave me. So thank you, Michael. I appreciate. Michael's been super supportive of our campaign to be mayor. Michael can see that there's some real issues out there. I've known Michael for 5 and 6 years right now, and I think he knows that I'm the man for this job. And Michael, I appreciate you. Michael contributes a lot to the communities of London. He really is involved. I've spent a lot of time with him, and I really appreciate your contributions. So thank you very much, sir. Some great people coming on our stream today. Lastly, before I move on, I want to say Randy on YouTube says, quote, Croydon is bankrupt. What are you going to do about it? And that's a great question. When you look into the Croydon and the issues I was talking about, £67 million budget failure this year. And when you look into what Croydon did, it was a simple lack of leadership and lack of accountability. What happened is the local councils decided to start doing massive real estate deals. They borrowed £545 million over the last 3 years to build a shopping center and a hotel and set up a property development business. There was no corporate oversight happening in this borough, and I can't believe the mayor allowed that to happen, and I can't believe anything else. So I'm just hearing sirens here. You never know what's going to happen. I can't believe the mayor allowed that to happen. I can't believe that there was not better oversight for our boroughs, and yet the people of Croydon are going to pay for this. They're going to suffer. Their families are going to suffer. This isn't acceptable. We need a mayor that can hold people accountable. We need a mayor that can, if I looked at this business deal, I could see in a heartbeat that a local council has no business borrowing £500 million on a highly volatile property deal. That's not what local councils should be doing, but they probably forced that way or felt forced that way, maybe because of lack of funding. Again, you always have to look to the top. What was the mayor doing about this? And if you ask him about it, he'll probably blame Boris Johnson, which is all he does with any failure in London. It's always the national government's failure. And it's curious that that's the man that he'll probably have to beat for his next job he wants, which is prime minister. So again, those two play politics while you and I suffer, and that's what makes us strong, because we are an independent candidate. I don't have a party to answer to. I don't have hundreds of years of history. I don't have tens of millions of pounds of donations or a committee I don't have to check with. I didn't check with anybody on this broadcast today. I check with myself. Am I following my heart? Is this in the interest of the people I care about? Is this in the interest of the city I love that I call home? If it is, I want to do it. Period.